and
Yes.
Facebook.
He said yes.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah.
ladies and
Can you hear us?
gentlemen, girls and boys, and
Can you hear us?
assembled company, welcome to the
Our
World
mic's on.
Storytelling Cafe on this All Hallows Eve. Shemaine and Halloween. Happy Halloween. And tonight we have the most fantastic, the most amazing, the most fantabulous storyteller with us, all the way from Louisiana. Can you please welcome MaMa Saba? Take it away.
Hi, can you hear me, John?
I can.
Yes, good. Good evening, everybody. I know it's evening where you are, but it is noon, a little bit past noon here in Louisiana. And my name, of course, is Mama Saba, and I'm so glad to be a part of the cafe. This is my first time, but hopefully not my last. And again, hey, Louie, how are you? Hi, Louie. Hi, everyone. I
Jumbo.
I've been telling stories for a long time. Seems like most of them. I love to tell stories. Today I have some of the students from my school with me, and so they're going to join in with me. They're going to chant when I point to them and when I tell them to say certain things on one of the stories. But I want to tell you this story, and I want you to pay attention. I'm going to tell you a story about an ant. Now, this ant was not your everyday, ordinary ant. You know, you see ants walking around and they're always carrying something and look like they just look like they're so tired. It looks like they're walking around and they ought to be holding their backs and complaining because they're always carrying something. But not this one. When this ant went out, this ant danced out like this. And he would hum and he'd say, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Now, on this one day, as he danced out, and as he hung, he looked up at the sky and he saw the sun and he said, "Oh, this is the most beautiful sun God ever put in the sky." And he danced some more and he hummed and he danced some more. And as he danced, he saw some flowers and he said, "Oh, look at these flowers. These are the most beautiful flowers that I've ever seen." And he hummed again. Mm-hmm. 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 And as he did, he was so busy dancing and humming, he didn't realize that there was something right in front of him. And he bumped into it. And when he looked up, he realized that what he had bumped into was a huge crumb. And from top to bottom, it was covered with green jelly. Oh, but it wasn't just any old kind of crumb. Oh, it was a French breadcrumb. And he was so excited. He looked at the crumb and he said, "This is a wonderful crumb. And you know what? I think I want to take this crumb home to my family." And so he pushed it and it would move. And he pulled it and it still would move. And he pushed it again and it still would move. And so he pulled and it still would move. And so he walked around trying to think of a way to get that crumb to move. And he scratched his head. And as he walked around trying to get that crumb to move, along came a bee buzzing and flying. And he answered, "That's it. I have some help." And he said, "Oh, oh, B, look, look, look. You see this crumb crumb right here? Yeah, this crumb right here. Look. I found it, and I want to take it to my family, you know, and I really want to take it to some of my friends too. But I pushed it, and I pulled it, and I can't get it to move, and uh, I just need a little bit of help. And so the bee looked at it, and he looked at the crumb, and he said, I'm busy. I don't have time. And he flew. Well, the ant was just a little bit sorry and sad, but he decided to try and push the crumb. Okay. And he pushed it, and it would move. And he pulled it, and it still would move. And he pushed it again, and it still would move. But he was determined to get the crumb. So he walked in, scratching his head, trying to think of a way to get that crumb to move. Now, as he walked around, scratching his head and thinking and trying to get that crumb to move, he decided to push it again. And it wouldn't move. And then he said to himself, I've got to get this crumb, got to get this crumb home to my family and my friends. I mean, this is a French cake covered with grape jelly. And you just can't find a French breadcrumb just laying around like this every day. And so he pushed it again, and it would move. He pulled it again, and it still would move. And so he walked around thinking and thinking of how to get that crumb home to his family and friends. Now, as he walked around, along came a beetle hopping and skipping and singing. It's a lovely day, and I'm on my way. Have some fun. Now, the ant is excited. And the ant said, finally, I can get some help, some help, some help. I can get some help. I can get some help. And so the ant looked at the beetle, and the ant said, beetle, beetle, I found this crumb, and it's a French bread crumb, and you know we can't find French bread crumbs just laying around just any old day. And I found this crumb, and I want to take it home to my family and share with my friends, and I just need a little bit of help. I just need a little bit of help. Can you help me? And so the beetle looked at the crumb, and he looked at the ant, and he looked at the crumb again, and he walked up to the crumb, and he took out a huge bite, and he began to chew it. And he chewed, and he chewed, and then he swallowed. Well, the ant was so, he was so upset, he couldn't believe what he had seen, and he said, a bite, you took a bite out of my crumb. You took a bite out of my crumb. You took a bite out of my crumb. What's your trying for? And so the beetle looked at the ant, and he said, took a bite out of it. And I won't help you get it home to your family and friends. But I took a bite out of it. And so now it's smaller. It'll be easier for you to get it home. And he ran away. Well, so he began to shine. He cried his stomach. And he pouted. And he cried even more. And he stopped some more. And he pouted some more. And not only did he pout, he pouted really, really big. Now, while he was busy pouting and crying and stomping, a very long-legged spider eased next to him, and she said, "What are you making all that noise? What are you making all that noise for? You disturbed me. I was taking a nap." And the ant said, "Well, you see that girl right there? You see that girl?" And the spider said, "Yes." And the ant said, "Well, I found that crumb, and I was going to take that crumb home to my family. You know, it's a French bread, and it had covered with grape jelly. You just can't find it off the lid. You just can't find it. I wanted to take it home to my family and my friends, and you know, everybody that knows me, they know I work hard. They know that I tried so hard, and you know what? I saw this bee, and I asked the bee to help me, but the bee wouldn't help. And then I saw a beetle, and I asked the beetle to help me, but the beetle didn't help me. The beetle took, it took a bite out of my drum. And you know what? I've been trying hard all the time. I've been really determined and working hard all the time. And you know what? Everybody that knows me knows. They know that I work hard. But you know what? Do you know what? Hard work does not pay off. And you know what? I quit. I quit, and I don't want this crumb. And so the spider said, "If you will not take this crumb home to your family, I will certainly take it home to mine." And so the ant said, "What? What? You're going to take home my crumb to your family?" So the ant began to flex his muscle. Oh, and then he began to push the crumb. And he pulled it. And he pushed it. And he pulled it. And he pushed it. And you know what? When he looked up, he began to smile because he realized that he was right in front of him. What? That spider had been following him the whole time. And she said, "You know what? I know that if you tried just a little bit harder, you could move that crumb if you tried." And the same way that the spider knew that if the ant only tried just a little bit harder, he could move that crumb. That's the same way that I know it, that you and you and you and you and all of you can do whatever it is you want to do. Thank you. Good job, baby. kid, I used to make up stories a lot. And then as I got older, I began to make up even more stories. And you know, the way I started telling stories was that I have 7 children. Yeah. And guess what? Mama Saba means mother of 7 in Swahili. And so that's why I call myself Mama Saba, because of my 7 children. So yeah, so you say I have 5 sons, 2 daughters, and everybody's all grown now, and grandchildren. And I tell stories with my grandchildren present. So now I'm going to tell you another story. And I want you to listen. I want you to listen to this. You know, people always say things. You know, they say things like, you know, sky might be blue, and they might say it's green. But people say things all the time, but I'm going to tell you what somebody told me, right? I'm going to tell you this. Somebody told me. They said it, but I had to find out for myself. They said that before the lion. They said this. Listen, I'll tell you what they said. Listen, they said that. I don't know if you believe this, but they said that before the lion sounded like this, they said he sounded like this. Well, I'm telling you, I know, but that's what they said. And they said that because of his voice, because of the way he sounded, all, all of the rest of the animals made fun of him behind his back. Now, one day, let me tell you, I'm telling you what they told me. I'm just telling you what I heard. One day, because of his voice, they were all making fun of him behind his back. And so the rabbit came to the lion and said, "Oh, lion, oh, king, oh, king, oh, king, oh, king, lion. I have to tell you this. I hate to be the one to tell you. I hate to be the one to tell you. But I'm telling you. But because of the way you sound, because of your voice, all of the rest of the animals are making fun of you behind your back." And the lion said, "What? Hey, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go and eat them all up." That's so the rabbit said. So the rabbit said, "No, no, you don't want to eat them all because you're the king. And you know, if you eat them all up, eat all the animals up, then you won't have anybody to mow your lawn, you know, to cut the grass, you know, because you know, kings just don't mow their own lawn. They just you won't have anybody to cook for you because you know, kings just don't cook for themselves like that. So you just can't do it." And so the lion said, "Well, I tell you what, they better respect me because I'm the king. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat up maybe 3 or 4, maybe just like 4, just because they have to respect me. I'm strong. Yeah, I'm really strong, see, and I'm smart and everything, and I'm not scared of anything. I'm the king." So the rabbit said, "No, I don't think that's a good idea either, because if you eat up even 4 of the animals, then the rest of them might be very afraid and they won't want to come around." So the lion said, "Well, I gotta do something because this is just not right. This is just not right. It's not right. It's not right at all. And I'm not gonna tolerate it because I'm gonna be respected. I'm in charge around here, and they better know it. They better know it because I'm the king." And so the rabbit said, "Well, I tell you what. I tell you what. My cousin had the same problem. My cousin had the same problem. And I tell you what he did. He found some way. He found a trick. Found a trick, and it worked. It worked the way. And so this is what he did. He went into the stream, and he went into the forest. And when he went into the forest looking for a way to help his problem, he found it. And so this is what you have to do. You have to go deep, deep, deep into the forest. You have to go deep, deep, deep into the forest. You have to go really deep into the forest. And see, what's about this? When the honey comes about this bigger than full of bees and honey. Lots of bees buzzing in and out. And when you find it, you have to walk up to the tree. And when you find it, you have to walk up to the tree and you have to grab the honeycomb full of bees and lots of bees. And you have to shove it in your mouth and you have to chew with your mouth. And no matter how much you sting, you have to keep on chewing with your mouth. And so the lion looked at the rabbit and he said, "What? That sounds dangerous. That sounds terrible." And so the rabbit said, "Look, it will work. It'll work. My cousin tried it. I'm telling you, it worked. And he has a voice that sounds like thunder." And so the lion looked at him and he said, "It's going to work. It's going to work. I promise you, it's going to work." And so the lion went deep, deep, deep into the forest. He went deep, deep, deep into the forest. I mean, he went really deep into the forest until he found a tree. It was about this tall. What did I know about this today? Full of honey and bees buzzing in the night. And he was nervous. He was very nervous. He was very, very nervous. But he grabbed the honeycomb full of bees and he shoved it in his mouth and he began to chew with his mouth. Not in the beginning. Over the stinging. But he kept on chewing with his mouth. His esophagus was stinging, but he kept on chewing with his mouth. And then finally, going on, please, yes, go. And he cleared his throat again. And so he went back, all of those animals that had been making fun of him behind his wall. And he cleared his throat very loudly. And shook and trembled. And he said, "He sounds like thunder." And you know what? I know for a fact, no matter what anybody did, when I hear a lion, he does not sound like this. He sounds like this. And that is how they say the line. Here you go. Now, this is what I'm going to do. This will be the last story. I have one more story for you. One more, and I really want you to listen to this because when I point to you, I don't want you to love it. I don't want you to say loudly, loudly, loudly. I want you to share on this level one because this information is so important. This story I wrote myself. So I want you to listen. When I point to you, I want you to tell me what one thing that this is. Now listen to this. Like I said, this information is so important in this story. I had to write this story myself. So when I point to you, say, "Ooh, you better listen to your mom." Ooh, you better listen to your mom. Ooh, you better listen to your mom. Ooh, you better listen to your mom. Now, listen to this. I'm going to tell you a story about a turtle. Now, this turtle was named Junior Turtle because his daddy was named Senior Turtle. Now, Junior Turtle, Junior Turtle was in fourth grade. Fourth grade. Let me tell you what he did. Junior was like the rest of the turtles today. And he liked to have fun. And so, on one day, he went to his mother and he said, "Mama, can I go down to the river?" And Junior's mom said, "Don't go down to that river where that rascally gator lives because he loves to eat." Junior. And Junior said, "But Mom, in fourth grade, all my friends in fourth grade, they're all in fourth grade. They go down to the river. We go have fun sometimes. I don't get to go to the river. I want to go down to the river." And his mama said, "Don't you go down to that river where that rascally gator lives because he loves to eat." Junior. Oh, you better listen to your mom. Oh, you better listen to your mom. Let me tell you. So who's your mom? Junior, don't go down to that river where that rascally gator lives because he loves to eat. Junior. And Junior said, "Oh, Ma, all my friends go, nothing happens to them." Ooh, that's nothing to your mom. Junior said, "But Ma, I just want to go." And then she said, "And when you come home from school, when you get off of the school bus, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere at all. I want you to come straight home when you get off of the school bus. Don't go to the playground. Don't go to the store. Don't go to your friend's house. Don't stay in the front yard. Don't go in the backyard. I want you inside." Ooh, you better listen to your mom. And Junior said, "Yes, ma'am." Now his mouth said yes, ma'am. And his mouth really meant yes, ma'am. But his mind said, "Oh." And his mama said, "Don't you go down to that river where that rascally gator Rimsky lives because he loves to eat." Junior. So, and Junior said, "Yes, ma'am." Now his mouth said yes, ma'am again. And his mouth meant yes, ma'am. It did. But his mind said, "Oh, I'm in fourth grade. I'm big enough to go down to the river by myself. I can go. And do you know what he did? The very next day, when he got off of the bus, instead of going straight into the house, do you know what he did? He looked around to see his mom. He didn't see it. He went straight to the river. He went straight to the river. Now, when he got close to that river, there was a house. Oh, a house at the edge of the river. And who do you think was sitting on the porch of that house? Oh, you're right, the gator. Guess what? This gator was smart. What we call slick in Louisiana. You know, he was trying to fake like he was a nice thing. So when he saw him, he put on a nice smile. Now we know what alligators smile like, but oh, this gator put on his best smile. And then he spoke to Junior very nicely, and he said, "How you doing? How you doing?" And Junior said, "I'm doing fine. How are you?" And the gator said, "Well, I'm feeling really good because I have company coming by. I always feel good when company comes by." But Junior wasn't thinking. And Junior got closer to that gator. And as Junior got closer to that gator got brighter. And the gator said, "What's your name? What's your name? What's your name?" And Junior said, "My name is Junior, Junior Third." And so the gator said, "Oh, I'm extra happy to meet you, Junior Third, sister." Junior wasn't thinking, and Junior got even closer to that gator. Now, the gator got an even brighter idea, and the gator said, "Would you like some cookies and would you like some cookies and milk?" And Junior wasn't thinking, and Junior said, "Yeah, yeah." And then Junior got even closer because Junior wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking, but then the gator, this the gator got an even brighter idea. And so the gator said, "What was I thinking? Mm-mm. What was I thinking? You know, I just used the last of my milk. The last of my coffee this morning. I just used the last of it in my coffee this morning. I tell you what, why don't we get my boat and we can go across the river to the store. We can get some milk and we can come right back, sit down, have some cookies and milk on the stove. What you think about that?" And Junior said, "That's a good idea. That's a great idea." He wasn't thinking, but I said, "Ooh, you better." So Junior wasn't thinking. And Junior got in the boat. And the gator got in the boat. And the gator began to roll. And when he got into a very deep part of the river, he stopped the boat. And he started smiling, a different kind of smiling at Junior. And Junior got very nervous. He got very nervous, and Junior said, "Why are you looking at me like that? What you smiling at me like that for?" And the kid looked at Junior, and he began to sing a song, and he said, "I am a big, bad gator, you see. I am a big, bad gator, you see. I am a big, bad gator, you see. And if you want some trouble, just mess with me." My name is Rem Spaghetti, and I love to eat Junior turkey. And Junior was so nervous. And Junior said, don't eat, don't eat, don't eat. Please, don't eat. Junior stood up in the boat, and he was so nervous. And the gator dropped down at Junior, and Junior jumped. And the gator, and Junior jumped again. And the gator jumped out again. And Junior jumped again, and he said, don't eat me, please, don't eat me. And the gator clapped on him. And Junior jumped. And then Junior remembered something. And Junior said this. He said, oh, no! And again, shot up again. And Junior jumped again. And he said again, oh, no! And you know what? I'm telling you, Junior's mama heard. And she heard it again. Oh, mama! Oh. She said, you know what? That's my Junior. That's my baby. She heard it again. Oh, with all of her turtle mama friends, they jumped into that river and they began to swim as fast as they could. And they got to that boat. Ooh! They got to that boat and they grabbed that gator by the tail. And they swung him around and around and around and around. And they threw him into the deepest part of the river they were. Now, tell you what, the good thing about this is that Junior learned his lesson. And when he got home, he told his mom, and he said, you know what? I thought you just didn't want me to have fun. And his mom said, no, I love you. And I make rules to keep you safe. So rules are meant to keep us safe. They really are. Even the ones that we don't like so much. Rules are meant to keep us safe. Rules are meant to keep us what? Rules are meant to keep us what? Rules are meant to keep us what? Thank you. Get yourself a pat on the back. Pat on the back of the back. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Rules are really meant to keep us safe. Even some of the ones we don't like not running.
Whoa.
What? Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of the cafe today. But I have to be on my way because that's the way the ball bounces. The jelly.
Whoa. Mama Double, you were amazing. Please come back to us. Thank you, Angela, for introducing and children. You were fantastic. So glad to have you on here.
Thank you. I look forward to coming back again. Wait, let's see. Let me see if I can
visit us again. I must announce what's coming up tomorrow morning, early, 10 a.m. in the UK will be the young international storytellers. Any young tellers, any children who want to come on and tell the story, it'll be the middle of the night in Louisiana, but it's very early in the morning.
John, what's the time difference?
Next Friday is Hitchin from Algeria, is our teller, and Baba C, what you want to say?
I was just, to be on the safe side, what's the time difference between the UK and the States now?
It's 1
Is it-
o'clock in the afternoon at 6 o'clock, about 5 hours.
That's what it usually is.
Yeah.
So it's 6
Yeah.
hours right now until Sunday.
No,
Yeah.
no,
It's-
the clocks have
we
changed.
change on Sunday. Yeah,
We change on Sunday, so we'll be back to
Yes.
5 hours. You changed already.
Last Sunday.
You changed last Sunday?
Yeah,
Okay, so
a few
we
days ago.
are 6 hours now behind you.
No, I looked it up earlier for Phyllis, and so 6 o'clock was in UK was 1 p.m. in Louisiana. I don't know where it is in Washington D.C.
It'd be 2 p.m. in Washington, D.C.
Okay,
Okay, so
fantastic.
yeah.
Well, thank you, Phyllis. Phyllis has got to run off and do schooly things.
Mama
Where is your
Saba,
school?
you were amazing. Thank you
Mama
for
Saba.
doing this.
And you told a couple of
Thank-
stories that I tell, and I'm like, whoa, mind blown.
Well, I appreciate the votes
No,
of
they were
confidence.
appreciated. Say again. Say again.
I said I appreciate the votes of confidence. I'm happy to be here.
And tell the children that they were wonderful.
They were.
they can hear you.
It was
Say
a
thank
privilege
you.
to have them here. Well, thank you. And whoever was holding the camera, they did a great job.
Yes.
So, Baba, you're
With my
Hey.
coworker. It's Mr. Justin.
Thank you so much.
is that
Oh,
your
see-
son, Mama Saba?
No, but he could be one of my sons.
Gotcha.
He's one of our staff members here at the school.
Well, he did do a great job.
Yes, he did.
He did. He
Yes,
did.
Thank
great.
you, Angela, for introducing her to us. And
My joy.
Wally, as usual, for flying the magic carpet. And of course, Louis, always thank you for being our audience live.
So, Baba, you're in D.C.?
I'm in D.C. Yes.
Good to meet you.
Say again.
Good to meet you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. We've talked before
Really?
via Zoom. It was
Oh.
about a year ago, or maybe a little bit longer, because they said Angela Davis, and I said, which Angela Davis? They said, not that Angela Davis, our Angela Davis.
Oh,
But
no,
anyhow, pleased to meet you.
Same
Yeah.
here.
It was good meeting you all. I enjoyed myself, and I'm on my way back to some of our activities
All
for
right,
Fall
hold on just
Fest.
a moment.
I look
Have a
forward to
great
lovely.
rest of your day,
Hold on.
Phil. We'll talk
All right,
soon.
hold on.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
good
You
folks.
all have a wonderful day.
Yeah, you
And
too.
you,
Thank you.
and you.
Marvelous
Thank you again.
stories.
Thank
Everyone
you,
take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you.
for
And-
holding the fort.
John, don't scare the children too much.
They're not
I
children.
think she did a great job, boy. Some of them need scaring, so that was good.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right,
Bye-bye.
everybody take care.
Bye.
Until the next time.
Guys,
Later, Louie.
see you later, Papa C.
Bye. Have a great performance. Okay.
John.
Well, yeah, I was about to say have a great, but I think he's gone. So, Baba,
Yeah.
where in DC are you?
I'm in a that's a good question. Are you familiar with DC? I'm on North Capitol Street between Florida and P.
My son used to live up there, but I have family members who
I'll be with you.
they
in a minute.
actually live in Virginia, in Brambleton, Virginia, and then we go back and forth to one. I'm up there, every so often.
Right. We're about to lose each other.
Oh.
You can find Google me, Baba C, BABA-C, storyteller. My contact information should pop up.
Okay.
All
Have a
right.
great one.
You too. Stay blessed.
Bye-bye.
All right. Waleed, I'm going to say it now. C out.